Anime can tell many storylines, from simple love stories to epic hero journeys, but it's not simply the personalities or the stories that stand out, it's the words the characters exchange with one another. From amusing one-liners to full sentences, each famous anime quote is iconic or unforgettable in its own right. Perhaps the quote advances the plot or portrays the character's world. Sometimes it describes the character's characteristics and provides insight into their motivations. Only a handful of lines in anime history may be considered the best. Here are our picks for the top 10 best of all time. 10. Go Beyond plus Ultra. Go Beyond plus Ultra is the school motto for UA High School, and it has been spoken several times by various characters in the My Hero Academia universe. While the origin of the school slogan is unknown, one popular hypothesis is that it was inspired by the retiring #1 hero, All Might. The quote is extremely important in My Hero Academia because it represents the central theme of beyond one's limits and striving for greatness. The tagline pushes characters to push their skills to the limit in a world where individuals have unique capabilities, or quirks, emphasizing persistent dedication and ongoing self-improvement. Even individuals who don't watch My Hero Academia use the cry to urge themselves through hardships as a cry to motivate anyone who listens to push beyond what they believe their limits are. With the show's massive fan base, it's difficult not to have heard Go Beyond plus Ultra. 9. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. Luffy, One Piece. One Piece has been on the air for nearly 20 years and contains one of the most well-known anime lines. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. Luffy will utter these words before striking his opponent with a hard strike in every one of his fights, even when he appears to be losing. The statement is yelled as an incentive for the attack, not merely for the young pirate's quest. His remarks motivate his show's friends, and even foes, to say something similar to their ambitions, motivating fans to do the same. This quote encapsulates the show's primary themes of adventure, dreams, and camaraderie. Viewers are inspired to pursue their dreams and form meaningful friendships after watching Luffy's bravery and the loyalty of his crew. The quote represents the universal concept that everyone can overcome the odds and achieve their boldest aspirations with passion, determination, and supportive bonds. 8. Continuously gaining merit is everything. Anyone who can't do that will never be able to reach the top. Julius Novachrono. This is undoubtedly Julius Novachrono's most famous quote. When Asta and Yuno first meet the Wizard King, they ask Julius about what it takes to become Wizard King, and these are his comments in response. Julius's response astounds both the characters and the audience. While many would believe that the Wizard King must prioritize class and power, Julius does not. The current Wizard King places a premium on results and utilizes his position to promote hard work and value above all else. It's as straightforward as it is motivating. Working hard will lead to success. 7. Goku's speech during Vegeta's end. Goku's speech captures a watershed point in the Dragon Ball saga. It displays his character development and dedication to defending others. His acceptance of prior disagreements with his competitor, Frieza, demonstrates his maturation and appreciation of Frieza's pride. Goku's statement of Saiyan ancestry and his upbringing on Earth represents his distinct identity and the merging of both civilizations. He accepts the duty of avenging Frieza's misery on Saiyans and Namekians, demonstrating his sense of justice. Goku's unwavering resolve to protect others, resilience, and ability to find common ground with former foes inspire fans, making him a popular and iconic character in anime history. 6. Whitebeard's speech challenged the whole world to a fight. One of the most moving speeches in One Piece is the Whitebeard speech before dying. Whitebeard makes his speech as his final words before dying. This is after going to Marineford to try and stop Ace's execution. The main point of Ace's execution is to set a good example for pirates all around the world. By killing Ace, the Marines hope to put an end to the age of piracy by instilling dread in people, preventing them from sailing to the seas in search of the legendary riches, the One Piece. So, Whitebeard's final words, the One Piece does exist, announcing the One Piece is real and no longer a fairy tale. He fanned the sparks begun by Roger and shook the entire foundation of the world, just as Roger did 22 years earlier. Whitebeard ended his era by beginning a new one, an unstoppable wave considerably greater than the previous one. With that single line, he did more harm to the world government than they could have ever imagined. 5. Kakashi's speech to Sasuke. Kakashi tells Sasuke to forget about vengeance, and goes on further to say that even if he succeeds in exacting his revenge, all that is left is emptiness. When some people hear this speech, they appear to focus on the first line, telling Sasuke to quit pursuing revenge. This, I believe, is a mistake, and there is more than meets the eye. At the end of the speech, Kakashi offers Sasuke a solution. The best method to deal with grief and loss is to invest in and cherish precious companions. If Sasuke continues on his path, his friends and his revenge will always be competing concerns in his life, which is why one must be sacrificed. To be clear, Kakashi is not asking Sasuke to give up retribution because it symbolizes some inherent evil, but because it will conflict with what Kakashi believes is ultimately much more vital: his friends. 4. Everyone has the right to choose their own future. We should be able to choose our own paths, not the ones you've predetermined for us. Natsu Dragneel, Fairy Tale. Natsu is a character who can inspire anyone. In this instance, Zeref had set out the path that Natsu was supposed to follow. Natsu was created to destroy Zeref, but Natsu would perish as well. Natsu was resolved to choose his own path rather than being dictated by fate. He demonstrates to his sibling that no matter what is hurled at him, he will not break, but become stronger instead. Natsu's resolve to improve the world was dependent on defeating Zeref, and despite his decision to battle Zeref, Natsu refused to die since he felt he had so much more to live for. He had to survive even after Zeref had been defeated in order to reverse his fate. 3. Believe it! Naruto. Naruto is one of the most upbeat anime characters, with a charming smile and a cheerful demeanor. His most famous phrase encapsulates his entire attitude and demonstrates how happy and motivated he was at all times. One of Naruto's most significant and influential teachings was to believe in oneself, and the young ninja continually reminded himself, his friends, and his admirers of this reality. No matter how complex or dark things became, Naruto understood that he could achieve almost anything if he believed in himself. His positive attitude inspired many others to do the same. 2. Gaara's war speech. This is genuinely Gaara's best moment, and one of the best in the entire series, in my view. This speech was fantastic, and seeing the allied shinobi band together was beautiful. Gaara's speech to the Shinobi Alliance became one of the most well-known and frequently repeated speeches in the Naruto universe, comparable to the real-world Gettysburg Address or I Have a Dream speeches. Gaara's moving speech examines the history of shinobi and their cycles of hatred and conflict. He represents the story as a Jinchuriki, a former personification of anger and power. Gaara sees parallels between his former self and Akatsuki's destructive motivations. However, a watershed moment occurred when a leaf shinobi showed compassion, transcending their divides. Gaara highlights Jinchuriki's common grief while avoiding enmity. He brings shinobi nations together, highlighting their shared identity. Gaara's humility shines through as he recognizes his incompetence while earnestly seeking friends to protect his companion and the world. His call for togetherness echoes a desire to overcome old grudges and unite for a better good. 1. Erwin Smith's battle cry for humanity speech. Commander Erwin is, without a doubt, the most influential warrior in the franchise. He has demonstrated time and again that he is a true leader in every sense of the phrase, thanks to his quick wit and unshakable courage in the face of the enemy. Erwin Smith's speech, Battle Cry for Humanity, is a powerful and touching testimonial to the urgency of battling for humanity's future. He motivates people to join him in the fight against the Titans with his inspiring words and steadfast conviction. His message reminds us that the ultimate goal is not simply survival, but restoring our independence and safeguarding future generations. Erwin Smith's speech, Battle Cry for Humanity, reflects the spirit of optimism and resilience, inspiring us to unite and fight for a better tomorrow. This scene exemplifies why I believe injecting Erwin would have been a mistake. This is the conclusion of Erwin's story, giving up his life for the truth, even if it means he will never know if his father was correct. It's a great ending that would have been wrecked if they had made him into a shifter. Well, that's it for today. Which other quotes do you believe should be on this list? Please share with us in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, then definitely check out this next one.